We got the ladies from Clayton State already in the building. All right, we're here with the Real Talk Sports Show, and I'm your host, Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we thank you for joining us for another live broadcast right here at Atlanta's Incredible Radio, WIGO AM 1570 on your dial. You also can find us broadcasting online at wigoam.com. You also can find us on any mobile device. Just put in the TuneIn radio application. It's completely free. You go in and put WIGO 1570 in the search engine or Real Talk Sports, and voila, you will find us broadcasting right there, right now. You also can check us out. There's a link on Twitter. Go to @TalkSportsATL, and you will find us doing a live video broadcasting to you right now. Well, you know how we like to do it on the second and fourth time of the week. It is what we call Ladies' Night. So we're going to bring the ladies in. We have two great schools that will be joining us today. First school that will be joining us will be the Clayton State. The Lady Lakers are in the building. They have their coaches here, some of their players, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about the history of that school. A lot of people probably don't know that they have really done it up big in Division II down here on the South Side. And then hopefully later on in the broadcast, another South Side school will join us, Jonesboro High School. Hopefully the women will be able to stop by and join us, because a lot of people know about the men, but they don't know too much about the women. And the women, they themselves had an outstanding season as well. We're also going to talk, of course, a little March Madness. Talk about we're down to the Sweet 16 for both the men and the women. And we're going to let our coaches talk a little bit about what they think the sensibilities are in the women's tournament. Of course, those of you who are familiar with me know I'm from Connecticut. So the Huskies once again are making another run towards a national title, but they're going to have their work cut out for them. Perennial powers, Tennessee is still in the mix, and Tennessee has an outstanding player right here from the Atlanta area. Miss Diamond DeShields is on that team, as well as some other outstanding players. So we're going to look for Tennessee to once again make some noise, and we got some other teams that are pushing their way through. Baylor is back in the action again. They're in the Sweet 16 as well. Louisville with another Schimmel. This time Jude Schimmel taking off from where Shoney left off just a couple of years ago. So it's going to be some great stuff in women's basketball. And of course, with the men, it is also down to the Sweet 16 with the men as well. And of course, it's been an upset palooza across the board. Matter of fact, one of the teams that I thought was going to be an odds-on favorite to take out Kentucky is gone. Yep, they are gone goodbye. From my neck of the woods, from the Big East, Villanova, who everybody thought had the muscle and had the skill sets to take down Kentucky, at least I did, they are out of the tournament. They have been knocked out of the box. Really, I say a very, very impressive game. A very, very impressive game that their opponent played against them. North Carolina State. It really came down to the final buzzer, but really, if you watch the game, North Carolina State really kind of kept Villanova in check the whole game. Villanova missed an opportunity to tie the game late, and they are out 71-68, loser to Villanova as they advance. Louisville has knocked off the University of Northern Iowa. A lot of people thought that they were going to make a further run in the tournament, but they are out, losing to Louisville 66-53. Oklahoma, here's a name we haven't heard in a while, number 3 seed in the East, knocked off the Dayton Flyers 72-66. And the Sparties knocked off another team who I thought was going to be able to possibly knock off Kentucky. Michigan State handled Virginia pretty much the whole game, 60-54, and sending the Cavaliers on their way, knocking out a number 2 seed. Duke has held up the ACC bargain. They knocked off San Diego State 68-49, a game that they won very, very easily. Georgetown, another Big East calamity. The Utah Utes got them out of there, 75-64. And here's a team which has really kind of shocked me. A team that I thought maybe shouldn't be in there, won their first tournament game in a very kind of fluky way with a non-call by the referee. But the Bruins of UCLA shaking the rafters, bringing back the old sound of John Wooden and guys like Lou Alcindor and people like that. All of a sudden, they are back in the mix in the Sweet 16, 92-75 off of Cinderella UAB. So number 11, UCLA is now in the mix. Gonzaga, a lot of people thought that they might maybe make a little noise in the tournament. They very easily, shockingly beat Iowa 87-68. So we got some great games shaping up. Of course, Kentucky knocked off Cincinnati 64-51. West Virginia took down Maryland 69-59. Butler lost a squeaker to Notre Dame 67-64. And here's a team, folks, I've been telling people throughout the tournament, watch out for the Shockers. Wichita State won the battle of Kansas, winning 78-65. And Wisconsin, the other team that I kind of picked to kind of make some noise in the tournament, 72-65 winners. So this sets up the Sweet 16. It lines up like this. Kentucky will be taking on number 5 West Virginia. West Virginia ballers and brawlers. They knocked out Cincinnati, and so they're going to be facing the number 1 Kentucky Wildcats to see if they can do something that no one's done this season, beat them. Notre Dame and Wichita State, that's probably going to be the game of the Sweet 16, one of the two at least. That's going to go down. It's going to be very, very physical. Look for the Shockers to give Notre Dame all they can handle and really probably underseeded at number 7 against number 3 Notre Dame. Wisconsin, a number 1 seed, takes on North Carolina, another good game. North Carolina has a lot of size down low, and they're going to give a potential player of the year, Mr. Kapinski, all he can handle down in the paint. Xavier, who knocked off our hometown favorites, Georgia State, will be taking on number 2 Arizona in the West semifinal, the other West semifinal. NC State against Louisville, an ACC clash, 4-8. Oklahoma, number 3, again, taking on the Sparties. Number 1 Duke taking on the Utah Utes, and of course Gonzaga playing UCLA. So that's your rundown there for what you will have in the Sweet 16. Listen, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to come on and bring our first guest of the evening, which of course is the Clayton State Lady Lakers. You're listening to Real Talk Sports Show as we bring it to you here, right here from live on the scene at WIGO, Atlanta's Incredible Radio.
Jonathan, give me a signal when you're ready to come back.
Okay, I will. Got 30 seconds. All right, Coach, come on in. You bring one of the players in. And we are back. You have tuned into the Real Talk Sports Show. As again, we are broadcasting right here from Atlanta's Incredible Radio, WIGO 1570. And for those of you who need to check us out online, no problem. You have an option. You can go to WIGOAM.com or you can go to realtalksports.net and you will find us broadcasting. Just click the Listen Live button and you'll be ready to rock and roll, and you will hear us right there. Now, here's the other thing. You also can find us on TuneIn Radio. That's right, free app. Put in WIGO 1570 or put in the Real Talk Sports Show and you will find us broadcasting right there and right now. And now for those of you who are looking at us, you see those shy ladies right there. They kind of give me the little smirk. They're good looking ladies right there. That's the one thing I like about how we do it down here in the ATL. Sisters looking good. They're styling in here and they're representing the Lady Lakers with style and elegance, and they're going to introduce themselves to you right now. First young lady sitting right next to me.
Hi, I'm Coach Hall, Coach Brittany Hall. I'm the assistant women's coach.
And
We're going to get you real close to that mic and lady, squeeze it real close. There you go.
I'm Kanisha Jones Barrett. I'm point guard. I've been here for a year.
Been here for a year. So now, where did you transfer in, or did you come straight from high school?
I transferred from St. Petersburg College in Florida.
Now, what was it that attracted you to come out here to Clayton State from St. Petersburg? What kind of grabbed you?
Because they have great history and I like their style of play. And it's something like I can.
Something you can sink your teeth into. Well, Coach, he talked about the style of play, and I know your head coach is on their way in. What are some of the things that you do with the Lady Lakers that really kind of are different than what you might see with other Division II schools?
Our main focus is defense. That's one of the things that we stress as soon as the girls come in. We want to focus on getting them used to playing defense, getting them comfortable with playing defense, and just being aggressive out there.
Now, you say being aggressive. Do you guys use any type of pressure or zone traps? Kind of what do you set up to?
Yes, we have a man-to-man press that we use, and it's just kind of random traps. Just whenever we're comfortable with it, or we feel like a offensive player has made a mistake, we will go and trap, or just go off of instinct, basically.
You just go ahead and close that. It's like the bear trap. As soon as they go there, bang, got you. Got you.
Catch them by surprise.
Well, listen, you as a point guard, what does that mean to you in terms of now you're out here trying to run a team, but you also have a lot of defensive strategy. Just give us kind of walk through what you're thinking on the court as you're out there trying to go through this pressure defense.
Mainly keeping the team under control, and we do a lot as a team as far as running the floor and playing full court man defense. So we tend to get a little frustrated, so I try to keep us together.
Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. You got to pretend now that you're on the court. 'Cause I know how the point guard works. They bark them signals out, so you have to pretend you on the court, get nice and close to that mic, and speak right up so that people can hear you. 'Cause we want to make sure they can hear you all the way into North Atlanta. You tell your story. But that is one of the things that I look at with a lot of teams now, that they are seem like they're going to more of a pressure type of game. Now, offensively, what kind of, tell people about your game? You're a slasher, you have a good jump shot, all the above. Talk to us a little bit about your game.
Mainly a slasher. I like to get to the basket. Don't like to shoot much. Shooting is not one of my strengths. I don't know.
You just make it happen.
Yeah.
You get out there and then control the flow. Well, listen, man, I tell you, it's really been a great thing. You talk about the history. Of course, 2011 national champions. Tell people a little about your record the last 3 years, Coach, so people can understand what this little monster you got going down over there right down the road.
Well, the last year we were fortunate enough to make it to the conference tournament, as well as advance to the NCAA tournament. And the year before, we made it to the Elite Eight. So we've had a history of making it to the national tournament in probably about 10 consecutive years. So we're just trying to keep that tradition rolling, keep our girls motivated, and we want to compete for another national championship in years to come.
And for you now, what kind of give people a little bit of your background? Because I'm sure you played, and so give us people a little story about your story.
Well, I'm from Smyrna, Georgia, which is in Cobb County, and I played at Campbell High School, and then I came to Clayton State, and I played all 4 years there. I was a part of the national championship team in 2011, and as well as some other successful teams, and we also made it to the Elite Eight my second year playing. So we've had a long tradition of winning and just success at that school. So we're just trying to keep it going.
Well, we're going to open the phone lines up now. If you want to call up and give a shout out to the Lady Lakers, you can find us right here, 404-361-1571, as we broadcast to you right here from Atlanta's incredible radio, WIGO 1570. Well, now, you as an assistant coach, how does it help you having that experience of being on winning teams throughout your career, and then now obviously winning a national championship here? How does that translate to you as a coach when you're bringing that information to your players?
It helps a lot because I understand what they go through as far as what they're learning. A lot of it's new for some of our players this year, especially Kanisha. She was a new player, so it was a good balance to help her out, to help her adjust to our new system as well as our other players. So I have an understanding of what they're going through as players, and I also have an understanding as a coach, so that I can better help them out with some things that they're struggling with.
Now, as far as recruiting, what are some of the things that because we had the great fortune the other night to go out, and we're going to hear some of those interviews in just a minute. We went to the Naismith Awards, and Metro Atlanta is becoming a hotbed now, basketball. What do you do as a coach when you go out, and maybe you can talk a little bit as a point guard? What were some of the things you'd say to a new recruit that would be looking at possibly coming to Clayton State?
You just gotta believe the system. It's gonna be tough, but coming in, you gotta know right away that it's all about defense. We're a defensive school, so.
Well, there it is. Well, I tell you something. I guess the defense didn't scare anybody because we got a call on the line. Caller, go ahead. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. Let us know who you are and where you're calling from. Caller, you there? All right, let's check it again. Caller, you're on the air. And we're going to go going once, going twice, and the caller gone. Well, caller, call back. Again, we're 404-361-1571. 1571, and hopefully we can get you. I know sometimes people get a little nervous to call on the air. Well, listen, we appreciate you guys stopping on by. And we know that we have several members of the team, and hopefully Coach will be here in just a second. I can tell you, man, it's great to have this type of basketball skill right in our backyard, because literally you guys are about 5 minutes from the station, so we got to come down and really support you guys. Now, now you, like I said again, you guys have this season, but it seems like when I went over there the other day, y'all was on the court. I mean, so does the season never end for you guys, or what's happening now?
It never ends. It's year round for us. You know, they say that championships are practiced and made in the off season. So that's what we're working on now. We're working on our weaknesses, and we're working on getting better, so that when it's time to play, we're already better and we're already where we want to be.
Well, I tell you, like you said again, when I see that, well, hang on, the caller has got the courage. All right, caller, welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from. All right, I'm gonna have you kind of turn down your rate a little bit so we don't get the feedback there. Okay, go ahead. All right, Coach, I guess that's one for you.
We're looking for players that are aggressive. Number one, we look for a player that's very defensive minded. We understand that players can play offense all day. That's their natural talent. But we want players that love and enjoy playing defense. So that's the main thing that we look for in players.
Well, it is. Hopefully that individual will want to come out here and ball with you guys there at Clayton State. Like I said, it really is a great thing to see what you guys are doing here. Now, let me ask you a question. This is something I always ask people when they come on the show. We know you guys are obviously outstanding on the court. What are some of the things that you do as a coach or as the players in the community, maybe around the campus, that you'd like to tell people about that we don't know?
Well, this Saturday we're going to be involved with Habitat for Humanity. We like to get out and just get involved with the community and just show them our appreciation, because we want people to show their support for us. So we would like to go out and give back just a little bit to others in need.
Well, that's fantastic. Young lady, is there anything in particular besides what you do here with the team that you might like, anything that you've done back in high school that you say, hey, I kind of like doing that, big in the community, in the church, or whatever?
Ronald McDonald, like I really enjoy supporting Ronald McDonald, because I think it's a good program, and I think he does a lot to help families in need. So I really support that.
Well, it's really great. Let me just check your mic here a second. I just want to make sure. There's the problem. I think we have. Speaking to the mic again one more time. I think we can hear you a little better now. Tell us about the Ronald McDonald's house one more time.
I really enjoy supporting Ronald McDonald. I think that's a good thing that he does for families in need. That he provides homes for children in hospitals, and I think that's really good. That's something I really have a passion for.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's always great to again have players and their coaches in to talk about what they do in the community, because as much as we're excited when you guys go out there and ball out, we're also as much pleased when you go out and give back to the community, because that's really the key, to living. So we appreciate you for doing that. Well, listen, we're gonna take another little quick break, and then we're gonna get in some more players, and hopefully the coach might have arrived. You're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show as we broadcast to you live from Atlanta's Incredible Radio, WIGO, AM 1570. They survived. See, wasn't bad at all. And you could be on the air too. You see, I don't bite. We just all about doing some radio. Okay, well, let's switch up here, and we get two more folks in.
All right.
Coach Coleman gonna be in his study.
You did a very good job.
Bring one of your players in too, please.
Jess, Jefferson, the queen, Jess and the queen come on. See, I have spoken, come on. Now. Oh, you can only bring one?
That's, and we are back here in the studios of WIGO Atlanta's Incredible Radio. And you can listen to us right here on 1570 on the AM dial. Of course, you can find us online at wigoam.com. You also can find us online at realtalksports.net. You can find us right there broadcasting to you live by just clicking the listen live button, and you'll find us there. We're going to have everybody get set up here. For those of you who don't know, we also do some live video streaming here. So for those of you who are locked in, you can of course see us on Twitter. Just click on the link and you will see us as we broadcast here. We're going to get the coach and one of our players are set up. Make sure they got their headphones on real good so they can hear what's going on. And ladies, I'm just going to have you scoot as close as you can to the mic because I got a big mouth, but you ladies may not. And coach, I'm going to have you introduce yourself to everybody right now.
I am Kalina Coleman. That is my name.
I like that name. I like that. It kind of rolls off the tongue. That sounds like a coach's name. Sounds like a coach's
really?
name. Yes, it does. Got that nice smooth flow to it. Nice
That's
smooth
probably
flow.
how I said it. Kalina Coleman.
Kalina Cole. And who do you have sitting right next to you?
Coleman.
See.
Yes, Coleman.
You got to get it straight.
C-O-L-E-M-A-N.
You get the M on the M-A-N on the end. Amen.
My name is DeQuina Moore.
And the Queen, what position do you play?
I play the 5 and the 4.
5 and the 4. So well, the coach kind of looked.
She did.
I don't know. Could it be a little something? 5 and the 4. Coach looked like.
Depends on who's in the game.
Depends on who's in the game. Gotcha. All right, we get it straight. The other thing is now, what year are you in there? Senior,
This is
junior?
my junior year.
Junior year.
Going into my senior year.
So you coming back for more.
Yes.
Amen. Well, Coach, now I read something about you. I know you talked to me. You got a lot of things going on, but the main thing I want to just discuss and just congratulate you. There's no more of that interim tag on your name now. It's just you.
No. Some pressure got removed, but a lot more has come.
Well, yeah, because now you're actually head coach, and now it's like, okay, we gave you the interim thing, but now you're the woman.
Exactly.
The reins are in your hand.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well, but how does it feel though, really, to now make that transition from being in an interim situation and now really being the head coach and saying, okay, this is my program?
I mean, it feels great because, I've been there for the past 12 years and being under Coach Cox, who was there for 10 of the years. So, I mean, I learned a lot from him. He was like a mentor. So it was great that they actually gave me the opportunity to take over the program. I mean, it's big shoes to fill, and the history that we have there at Clayton State with women's basketball. So I'm up for the challenge.
And you seem like it. I mean, at the end of the day, when you talk about being at the program 12 years, it's not like you walked into the program not knowing. You've been a part of the history.
I have. Well, my first year, I came in as a player in 2003, and we were, not there.
That was started a turnaround, and that was the beginning.
Coach Cox came the year after my senior year, and then yes, that was the beginning because we won the conference tournament, and it was our first appearance in the region tournament. So, yes.
And you guys have really had a very successful run. Really, these last 10 years, you guys have basically been in the playoffs every year. And for you as a coach, and I asked the assistant coach the same thing. How important is that for you when you go out to recruit some of these young ladies and say, listen, we're a proven winner. We're a proven winner.
Oh, that's very important because we're looking for not only a student athlete, which I must commend my players. They have been great students in the classroom thus far, especially in the fall semester. I think it was the best that we've had since we've been there. And we actually look for players that's want to come in and want to work hard, long athletic players that has a good work ethic, just good character, good personality. Just all around. Want to be winners, Well,
it's funny. I can actually testify about how serious that your athletes take being a student athlete. As you know, one of your players, Kim, is actually one of my interns.
Yes.
So I told her, hey, look, I'm going to need some help setting up tonight and do some different things because your team is coming in. And she just took a long breath. She said, well, Mr. Simmons, I got class. And the class got to 7:45. I said, well, I don't know. I said, the advisor said he might be able to get out of it. She said, well, he might say that, but the coach wouldn't agree with that. So I'm going to class. So I'm a living witness that you're in fact. And we're thankful for that. Right. And we're thankful for that because that is the thing I try to remind even the parents that really, you have to get back to understand that they are student athletes with the word student first. It's very, very important.
Exactly. The queen of here is actually a very good student.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to us right now. Quinn, tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, tell us where you came from and what brought you to Clayton State University.
I went to Alabama State my first year, transferred to Darton College, a JUCO, and Coach Coleman here used to come watch me play all the time, and I could tell that she was a great coach, and she just really made me want to come here. So that's what brought me to Clayton.
Well, I tell you, it seems like, I mean, I watched you guys here, so you got a great camaraderie here with the team. Now, what are you taking as far as a major right now at Clayton State?
I am a pre-nursing with a minor in health and fitness management.
That's like real. That's a real one. That's not no fake. That's a real degree. Yeah, my daughter has been involved in trying to get her nursing degree, and she does some stuff. She's actually an assistant director now at one of the nursing homes. So I know that nursing curriculum is especially at Clayton State, because I'm sure, as you know, Clayton State is one of the best nursing schools in the country. So, you know, my hat's off to you you got here and be a big time baller, and of course handling your business in the classroom. So, you know, kudos to you for that. Well, as a player, I'll ask the same thing. If you're saying, hey, I'm out here talking because, like last night I mentioned earlier, I got a chance to go out to the Naismith Awards they do here in Atlanta. The Atlanta Tip-Off Club does that, and got a chance to see some outstanding, you know, players. And so what would you say to some of these players about coming? Somebody like a Tia Cooper or somebody like that that's one of your best players in the state. Well, I mean, she's already committed, but what would you say to a player like that to say, hey, you need to come down here with us?
I'll probably tell her about our program and how hard we work, because I mean, even though it's Division II school, like I can guarantee that we'll beat some Division I schools, because we have an amazing work ethic. Our press, when we do it right, is top dollar. Like it's just a good program, and like everybody gets caught up. I got caught up in it myself in the Division I headline or whatever, but like some programs like are worth going to. Like this is a program I know is worth coming to.
Well, I think you can't get a better endorsement than that. Now, Coach, let me throw this out here. Now, you know, you guys have had this outstanding record of performance, great performance in Division II. Any thought that at some point you guys might kind of take a run at that D1 slot? I know you have to be careful. You're not the AD. You're not the president. I know you have to choose your words carefully. But
you're right.
But
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one.
I got you. I'll kind of put Coach on the spot. She say, hey, I got to be politically correct here. I'm just a coach. I have no.
Exactly.
But the bottom line, I'm sure you guys do know that the level of playing the competition, especially when you won a national title, that lets you know that you guys can compete against the big girls. And speaking of that, do you guys ever schedule? Do you have in your schedule D1 teams that you play during the year during expedition?
Well, we played Vanderbilt a couple of years ago, and we put exhibition UGA. Okay. So hopefully, fingers crossed that we can hopefully get Vanderbilt again this following next season. So. And another one.
Okay, there you go.
We love the challenge. Not only the challenge, the experience also. So.
And I'm sure it must help prepare your players
exactly.
Because at some point, as you get closer to tournament time, you're going to be playing other top level schools. So you either come out and have to kind of test your mellow off the bat. I'm sure that helps you even as a coach.
Oh yeah, because you know we play in the Peach Belt Conference, and it's one of the toughest conferences, I must say, and. Some schools in our conference, as well as us, we would love to get some D1. We're always looking for D1 transfers who want to have 2 years. Or we even taken one player with 1 year. So it's like Division II at all level. It's kids who are not able to go Division I.
Right.
You know, we'll try to snatch them. The only difference is the height and the size. You know, so.
Well, I'll tell you, like you said again, it really seems like you guys have put together a program of excellence. And again, I watched the way you guys go about your business, and even when I went in the office, the men's basketball coach, everybody seems to really be fully engaged in what you're doing, and we're really going to make sure this station really is a platform, because I tell everybody, you guys are kind of like the secret
Exactly.
down here. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows what's going on right in Clayton
Still,
State.
you know,
Right.
still no one knows. But you know, that's okay though. We like to just
Kind of sneak up on people.
Yeah.
Sneak up on people. We're
I
gonna,
mean, I don't know if we can really sneak on them anymore.
now,
but-
now when you want now when you want a national title, everybody kind of knows who you are and what you're doing. But like I said, we're going to do all we can to certainly be part of what you guys
Thank
are doing
you.
there, and especially really with the women, because the women obviously have done well in basketball. You guys have done outstanding in soccer as well.
Yeah,
So
our men and women
Men and
soccer
women,
program,
so-
our tennis program, cross country. You know, it's Clayton State Athletics. It's good. It's
A lot of good
headed
stuff
in the
going
right
on there.
direction.
Yep, it really is, and I think having coaches like yourself in there and being a part of that program and having outstanding players that understand about the concept of being a student athlete, buying into your program, I think that's all a big help. Well, listen, everybody, you're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show again as we broadcast to you right here on Atlanta's Incredible Radio. You can give us a call. Phone lines open 404-361-1571. Remember, you can find us streaming online at wigoam.com. You also can find us on the free TuneIn Radio app. That's good on any mobile device, iOS or Android power. Put in WIGO 1570 or Real Talk Sports in the search engine, and voila, you will find us broadcasting to you right here and right now. Do we have a caller here? Okay, we're going to bring the caller on. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from. Hello, caller, you're on the air. You're there. Caller, we got you. Hello, hello. Okay. we got to the hello. We got to that part. We good. We good on hello. We need the next part, like who you are. What's happening? We got they did hello pretty good. They really had that under control. Hello. They got it up from another angle. Hello. So they had it down pat. Okay, we're gonna try to call it one more time. I'll call, state your name and where you calling from.
Thank you.
Well, you sound like a real booster, man. We need to bring you on the show.
I know we're looking for boosters. You know, Laker Club members. If you like to join our Laker Club, you know you can come out to Clayton State and I can get you all signed up.
Right, all signed up and all set to go. Well, listen, we
That's
appreciate you
right.
calling, and please give us a call again, the Real Talk Sports Show. Well, really, like I said, this is great stuff. All the things you guys are doing here in the community, obviously here at the school as well, and we thank you and appreciate all the stuff you're doing. We're going to take a little quick break, and we're going to come back with more right here on the Real Talk Sports Show. Keep it locked. Okay, we're going to change over. If you want to bring another player in, you can. You can kind of sit on there. You have a couple more players left out there?
One.
One? I'll bring her on in. Mm-hmm.
She's a little shy. She don't want to come in. She haven't played the last 2 years because of an injury.
Okay, that's all right.
Hey, Jessica, man.
I don't have nothing to say.
You have a lot to say. You've been here for 4 years.
That don't mean anything. I haven't played.
It's okay.
Oh, look at me. Oh my God.
Any of y'all can send me like a little brush. I think sister wants to kind of just groom it. Matter of fact, my waves ain't laying down right. Hang on a second, something's wrong here.
Your ways of lay.
I should do a little something extra. I knew it was gonna be in the camera. So y'all get this inside stuff. The people on the radio don't hear any of this. Isn't that y'all blessed? See that? Y'all, you get behind the scenes of what's going on. What's really going on? Just acting crazy. We have people out in the audience, so we just acting crazy. It's a long commercial break. I'm sorry.
It's
This is a
okay.
long break. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
And we are back. You have tuned into the Real Talk Sports Show. We're broadcasting to you live from the studios of Atlanta's Incredible Radio, WIGO 1570 on your AM dial. You also can find us online at wigoam.com. You also can check us out on the website, realtalksports.net. Now, here's the good news. You have a mobile device. I don't care if it's iOS or Android powered. Just put in the free TuneIn Radio app. If you don't have it, download it. It's free. Put in WIGO 1570 or put in the Real Talk Sports Show, and voila, you will find us broadcasting to you right here, right now. Well, I'm here with the Lady Lakers in the building, Clayton State University, one of the best Division II basketball programs in the nation. I have the head coach, Coach Coleman, who no longer interim tag. She is the head coach. I have a young lady who's going to introduce herself to you right now.
Hi, I'm Jessica Covington.
Well, Jessica, tell us a little bit about what brought you to Clayton State and what your future might be here at the university.
Well, I came to Clayton State out of high school, and this is my senior year, but I haven't played in the past 2 years because of injuries. And I hope to be back next season.
Now, where'd you go to school?
Tiff County High.
Also, Tiff County. Now, I'm in Tiff County. You got some ball players down there, especially on that gridiron. I met a couple of guys and interviewed them when they were at the big Elite Junior Classic. So I know Tiff County, y'all got a good athletic program down there.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Now, how far is that? About 2 hour drive from here,
Mm-hmm.
roughly? That's what I thought.
2:20.
Okay. So, what position do you play?
Whatever she wants me to play, except point guard. No,
Okay.
no. But I usually I'm on the wing or I play the forward.
Well, first of all, I want to commend you, by staying with it, and also the university by staying with you these 2 years when you haven't played and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get my senior year in before I leave this place." So kudos to you and kudos to the university for you guys hanging in there along the way. Now, class-wise, what kind of your major? Tell people a little bit about what you're studying.
Criminal justice and chemistry. And I'm in hopes to be a forensic scientist, and hopefully I'll graduate within the next year or so.
So you want to be like a CSI woman, basically.
Not really the criminal part, but more like the lab work.
Okay. Now just because when I hear that, you obviously think about the program. In terms of lab work, what are some of the things you do as far as to help a police department? Like if they said, okay, we're going to give some stuff to you, what would you kind of do to help them out?
Well, you should specialize, and I haven't decided what I would want to specialize in, but you can either choose like arson, weapons, stuff like that, blood.
So you determine basically when a crime is committed, you give them the scientific proof that they need to hopefully put somebody in jail.
Right, you make the connection.
There you go, right there. Well, that's on the money. And because I was going to ask you when you first said criminal justice and chemistry, I was like, how do those two mix? But that's really what it is. So much is going on with DNA and chemical treatments and so forth.
Exactly.
Well, Coach, again, to have a young woman like this, who first of all, again, stay with the program, and then when I asked her what position, she didn't hesitate. She said anything except point guard
Right.
that the coach wants me to play.
Yeah, since I just been, she's a humble kid, so, and I mean, yeah, we have her playing, she came in playing on the wing as a 3-guard slasher, because she has a shot or she can drive to the basket. She's also a great rebounder. So, and then also, because of her size, we'll put her inside at the 4 some because of the system we play is like a 4 out, 1 in. So she's basically on the perimeter when we have her at the 4 unless she's defending, and then she got to get inside. But other than that, yeah.
So you got her basically. I see why she said I'll play your position because you basically the way you run that defense, you really got her doing a lot of work.
Yes, our 4 does a lot of work.
That's pressure. That's that pressure slot.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this. Looking now at the tournament, okay. And again, just like your basketball team, it doesn't get as much publicity, but people don't realize the women are playing the basketball tournament also. Who are some of your team's favorites that you would look at outside of the norm? Everybody knows about obviously UConn, but who would you say would be a dark horse team out of this final 16 to kind of say, hey, this is somebody you might want to look at?
I wouldn't say a dark horse team, but I like Maryland.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about
Maryland's
that.
not out of it.
No, they're still.
Oh, I was about to say. Yeah, I like Maryland. I mean, I love Brenda Freeze and her coaching
I'm
style.
gonna do this, Coach. Evidently, people are blowing your phone up, and let me just remind everybody, please don't call my cell phone. Don't call the coach's cell phone. If you want to give her a shout out, the telephone number is 404-361-1571. We'll be more than happy to put you on the air. You can say hello 4 times like the other caller, and we'll still put you on. Yeah, Maryland. It's interesting that you mentioned that because actually a guy that I roomed with in college. His daughter plays on that team. Went through something very similar that you went to. Her name is Brene Mosley, and she was highly recruited out of the Metro DC area. Had been slated to be a starter on the team. Was doing quite well, and got a very severe knee injury. Rehabilitated, came all the way back. Was ready for the sophomore year, and I think midway through the sophomore year, hurt either the same knee or her other knee was out again. And so now she did the same thing. She's hung around. She's back for her senior year, but she has had some key minutes in some key games down the stretch. So, Mr. Gene, if you're listening, bro, somebody's liking Maryland up here. Just so you know.
I mean, Notre Dame and UConn, and, Baylor, and Tennessee, but I like Maryland.
Well, I tell you, for me personally, Tennessee is a team that I tell people to watch out for only because of the tradition.
Yeah.
And they do have some players. Young lady we interviewed a couple of years ago right here from the Atlanta area, of course, Diamond DeShields, National Player of the Year. And even if they don't win this year, they're going to be a formidable team to deal with.
Yes,
Because they're recruiting. I don't know what, Coach, what is it that gets, and I heard some of your players talk about it, but what is it that somehow gets, it just like gets in the blood where recruiters go out and players just say, hey man, there's something about this team, I want to go to this school.
For us, when we bring recruiters in, I want them to feel like it's a family environment.
Okay.
That's what we want because we don't want kids to think that, okay, you come and play for 4 years or 2 years, however long you be there, and then we just get rid of you. No, we always have our former players come back and stick around because we're not just adopting you to get rid of you. You are joining our family, so.
Well, it's interesting because most of the time when I ask the young people, hey, what was it that kind of steered you towards the school, that seems to be the overarching factor. It's a family. And, of course, now at Tennessee, going to pick up a young lady I talked about a little bit earlier, Tia Cooper. She's already kind of committed to go to Tennessee. I didn't realize this, though I interviewed her, that her and Diamond have been like buddies since they're 10, 11 years old. So she was telling me it's all about the Vols next year. So we look forward to covering them and seeing what they're doing. So basically, if you're looking at Maryland, obviously I'm from Connecticut, so I got a little some kind of way feeling.
I mean, I like Maryland, but I'm just gonna be honest. I think Connecticut is gonna run away with it again.
Yeah, just what it is that they really it's something I guess that Coach Auriemma said, and it's one of the things I think sometimes that people get irritated with him because he is so blunt in his conversation, and he was saying that his goal was he wanted to win every game and he wanted to win games convincingly. And that's the kind of stuff that really sometimes sticks under people's craw. I'm sure as a coach, when you got another coach out there that's saying, hey, I just want to beat the brakes off you. I mean, you do, but you want to keep that to yourself.
Exactly.
I mean, so
I'm not on Gino's level to say that, but I would love that, but not to say it to another coach.
Well, and that's why I think why some people have some angst against him. Well, let's do this. Let's take a listen here. I have a little clip of Miss Cooper's interview. And we're going to play that, and we're going to take this phone call. Unless the phone call is ready right now. I'm looking at my producer, and but we're going to go to the call first, and then we'll listen to the Tia Cooper interview. Caller, please state your name and where you're calling from. Caller, you there? Caller, can you hear me? You don't want me to sing, caller. That would be a bad look for everybody. So, all right, well, caller, we're going to go going once, going twice. Caller, you have been disconnected. There you go. There's the dial tone to prove it. Well, listen, we're going to listen to a quick interview, part one of the interview I had with one of the top lady basketball players in the state, Metro Atlanta Player of the Year, Tia Cooper. Here she is. and she did, and we'll play that part of the interview at another time. We have a caller on the line. Caller, introduce yourself and welcome to our show. Caller, you there? I think he's taking me for a ride down the road. All right, caller, can you hear me now? Hello, caller. Caller, I'm gonna give you once. I'm even gonna give you three. Give you twice.
Can you hear him talking? Is the radio on?
I'm not sure what happened to the caller. He's all right. We'll bring the caller back on. Caller, go ahead. State your name and where you're calling from. Okay. Well, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the calls tonight, but that's okay. You can still call in, folks. The phone number is 404-361-1571. You can reach us right here. Of course, you're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show as we broadcast to you live right here from Atlanta's Incredible Radio, WIGO 1570. Well, now I'm gonna flip the script. Now, how about the men? Who do you like in that men's tournament? In terms of who's left now. Go ahead, tell the truth. It's all right. It's all right.
Connecticut. I'm sorry, Kentucky.
Kentucky. I mean, here's the thing. I'm looking at this team. All right. I mean, they're a coach's dream. They're really, for the most part, bigger and badder than anybody out there. They have the length, they have the height, and they do what you like. They play a ferocious brand of defense. And so you're just telling me, does anybody have a glimmer of hope to maybe knock them off?
Oh my goodness. Maybe Duke. You know.
Okay.
I like Duke. I don't know. North Carolina got to get past this game.
Yeah, they got a. I mean, yeah,
they got a tough.
That game against Wisconsin. I mean, and for me, like I mentioned earlier, that's a team that I had picked early on to be a contender to beat Kentucky because they do have the length. They do have a potential, Naismith Player of the Year there with. I always pronounce his name wrong, Mr. Kapinski. But anyway, he's an outstanding player. The thing that I see about Wisconsin that I noticed the other night when they played that makes me worried about them playing Duke is, as good as he is, I noticed that a team can kind of slow him down and not have him be the impact player that you would think to be a player of the year. The team, I really think that's the danger team. I've been saying this since the beginning of the tournament. They were in the Final Four, I think it was either last year or the year before last. They already have won the state title by knocking off Kansas. I'm telling everybody, Greg Marshall is the hottest thing on paper. You better watch out for those shockers. I mean, they just seem to have a well-balanced team, and they seem to have enough fearlessness where they might have an opportunity to knock off Kentucky. So that's my pick.
Okay.
Coach Coleman said, "Go ahead, bro." I'm telling you, from the coach's perspective, it's not going to happen. Young lady, how about you? Do you have a? No. You're Kentucky all the way, also.
No, I have a preference.
You don't have a preference.
No,
You
no,
say,
no.
I'm not making no enemies nowhere.
No.
All right, I got you. Well, listen, again, you're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show as we broadcast to you here, right here on Atlanta's Incredible Radio. We'd actually hope to have another guest here. We'd invite the Jonesboro Girls High School team. For those people who don't know, the boys won their second consecutive state title, but the girls also won 28 games this season and found themselves in the conversation for a state title. They got knocked out in I believe it was in the Final Four, got knocked out in that game. But at the end of the day, I wanted to really show the Lady Cardinals some love. Sorry you guys couldn't get out here to be in the studio. We hope to get you back in here in a future date because they really balled out. I mean, and I think a lot of people don't know that here on the South Side, there are some outstanding women's team. And that's why we have these ladies' nights to let people know that, hey, man, I mean, there's some ladies that can play at Forest Park. They won 28 games this year. They too got to the Final Four. So you got some outstanding teams. Mays High School got to the finals. So you have a lot of outstanding talent here with the women. And what I'm very pleased about, just as a guy who is a father of a grown daughter, what I like is the way that you young ladies and you coaches carry yourself. You're off the field. That you're very ladylike. Some of you, when I see you at the events, I would just think you guys are fashion models. You're just so girly. But then when I watch you play on the court, I say, no, they're ballers. Yeah, they're ballers.
Athletes.
They're athletes. They get out there and handle their business very nicely.
Yeah.
And again, that's what we appreciate, and all the things you're doing there, of course, at the school as well, behind the scenes. So we thank you so much for stopping in and joining us. We appreciate you coming in. And now, here's the big thing. We always got to let people know. Social media, website, all the stuff where people can find more information about the school. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't want to miss. I don't know the exactly, but it's Twitter, Instagram at CSU Lakers.
Okay. At CSU Lakers, and on the website, just you go to the school's website.
ClaytonStateSports.com.
Clayton State Sports, okay, they got their own separate website. That's what I'm talking about. Well, like I said again, we appreciate you guys stopping by and joining us tonight. We appreciate you, all the things you're doing at the school, and we look forward really to coming out and doing some more things with you guys, covering some of the other sports, like you mentioned, soccer and tennis, and some of the other sports you guys are doing quite well and that people may not know about. So we want to get out there and really. Kind of show the flag, so to speak.
Thank you.
So thanks so much for coming in and joining us, and we look forward to having you back again real soon.
Thank you. Get our athletic director out here. He would love to come.
Well, it's funny because we actually went to talk with him yesterday, and he was running around not available. So yeah, we will drag him on in because it's a great story, and it's really right in our backyard. And I think that we just need to let more people know about the things you're doing, and it's a great option. Like you said, if your child maybe can't get a D1 scholarship, maybe a D2 scholarship is a better fit for them. Maybe it's something where you can be closer to them. Because sometimes, I don't know about anybody else, but when I left town of Norwalk and went to Northeastern in Boston, I got a little...
Well, that's why you go and visit schools. You got to go where you feel comfortable. You can't go for anyone else. You got to go for yourself.
Feeling comfortable wasn't my problem, Coach. I felt real comfortable.
No, that's... you can't get
too comfortable. Felt too comfortable. Yeah, I kind of... Well, that's a whole other story. We're not going to talk about that tonight. We just thank the Lord for His great and divine mercy to take a guy who was a little bit of a rough rider back in the day, and over time got saved and turned me into a preacher. So it's always a good thing. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about you guys being here.
Thank you.
Well, hey, folks, don't go away. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Real Talk Sports Show as we broadcast right here on Atlanta's Incredible Radio. Okay, we'll get you guys all. You can kind of hang out here, and I'll get ready to kind of close up here.
University of Kentucky. That's who you love for?
The guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what's that mascot? Wildcat?
Yeah.
It's a dude from County Atlanta team.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Good there.
His last name Graham. That's his name. Brandon. Something like Graham.
They haven't lost. They're still on the field.
Are we still on? Wait.
They got the mic off. Yeah.
Like we just stay here?
We go out there. We stay in here.
You can go out if you like. Yeah, that's just fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And we're back. I want to kind of a little chill out vibe there for a second. Had a little smooth sunset vibe I'll bring to you a little bit there. As we close out the show here, a fantastic visit by the folks from Clayton State University, the Lady Lakers in the building. And certainly we give a shout out to the Jonesboro Lady Cardinals who could not join us this evening, but we look forward to having them back in the building at the appointed time. Listen, before I end this show, I like to do it each and every time when I end. I like to always encourage you to remember, your soul man, your spirit needs to be taken care of. You like to get something to eat and dine, like to dress well, but what about the inner man? What do you want to do about him or her? Well, the answer is giving your life to Jesus Christ. He loves you more than anyone else. Loves you more than your mom, more than your dad, even more than auntie and them. Nobody loves you like Jesus. And to get into heaven, you got to be saved. So why don't you do that today? Don't take my word for it. Read the Bible. And you'll see that he stands ready for you because he died for the entire world. That if you would just believe, confess, and let him enter into your heart, and you will be saved. Well, listen, on behalf of everybody here at WIGO, my family, you know how I like to kind of end the situation. I'm always happy to be here and alive. I'm always happy to be with you. So I'm going to leave you simply with a song called Grateful. God bless you. Have a great night.